Hello and welcome back to Garden Hues. We're just going to have a quick update on these cuttings that we've been taking over the last few weeks and see how they are getting on. So firstly here we've got the variegated viola. Now there's nothing yet on here, but you can see some slight white marks on the stems where the lenticels are. I'll show you the same markings on another viola in a little bit. They've probably only been in the jar for just over a week now, the violas. So I reckon in a couple more weeks we should have a few roots. These are the penstemons, and there's nothing yet on them, but they're still looking healthy. This is another set of the variegated violas, and you can just see like the little white marks on the lenticels and the stems. Now this is the Persicaria Mycocephala red dragon, and this rooted really quickly actually. It must have only been in the water for probably a week and it's put a good root system on. This is one of the dahlia cuttings we tried in water, but it's not looking very happy. I'm probably going to chuck this away today. This is my other dahlia cuttings. And again, they're starting to swell at the lenticels on the stem. Now I took heel cuttings with these, so I left a bit of a heel on the bottom of the cuttings. And there's a couple of Nepeta in there as well, which I'm not holding my breath for because they are flowering shoots. This is another Persicaria. This did really well. This must have started rooting in about 4 days. So this is Persicaria Mycocephala Purple Fantasy, and you can see it's got a really good root system on them. Now the choicier cuttings I've taken haven't done very well. They've started to rot off. I did read up after taking the choicier cuttings and it did say that they were better done in soil. So what I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take some more and put them in some compost and see what happens. This is another lot of penstemon, and they've rooted really well. These are probably about 3 weeks old now. I have been changing the water every 2 or 3 days just to try and keep down the algae in the bottles. This is another one of the choices. This one doesn't look as bad, so I might leave this set. See whether they root. This penstemon, this is plum jerkin. That's rooted really well. It took a while though. It probably took nearly a month probably to start rooting. And these are my other penstemons. This is sour grapes. And they're doing really well. They're just starting to root. Now these are the Deutzia cuttings I took. Now I don't know whether I just took these from slightly older wood, but they have browned off a lot more compared to the last batch of Deutzia cuttings that I've done. And they've mostly rooted from the second node up rather than the bottom node. Looking a bit worse for wear on the top, but I am going to pop them on over the next couple of days. And this is a pink hardy fuchsia, and they've rooted really well. There's just one in that vase that hasn't started rooting yet. I'm going to be potting these on over the next couple of days. This is a pittosporum. Now I took these cuttings about a month ago maybe, and they're still alive, but I'm not holding my hopes up for them rooting. This is another set of the hardy pink fuchsias. They've done well as well. I think 2 of them's got roots on, the other 2 haven't yet, but I'm holding my hopes up for them. Now these are a few Nepeta cuttings that I took, and I think I did these about a month ago, and they're not looking good. Again, I've been changing the water every couple of days just to try and keep down the algae, because they have been sat on the windowsill, so they do gather algae quite quick. And then this is the last one. This is the normal non-variegated viola. Now I think they got a little bit scorched when we had the hot weather a couple of weeks ago. But this is what I was saying about the lenticels. They've really started to almost blister from the lenticels, which apparently is a sign of what they do before they start rooting. And if you can see that one there, it does have a root on it. Right, so that's it for today's cutting update. We'll be potting some of the rooted ones on soon and making a bit of space. Take care.